Shalom. I want to first start off by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Chakodash, and Shani Kabad, Gadwala Requab, the Kwangim Nawa, Washalayakim Nawa, which is double honor to our elders and apostles of Greater Millstone, and Shalom, Wabarakim, Labakarim, Shayasharala, and that's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. And as always, to the confusion of faces, meaning those who look like the other nations, but whose spirits resonate with the truth and that believe and have faith in Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and Yahushai, the only begotten Son. To all of you brothers, no matter how you look, no matter what so-called color of skin you are, if you believe and have the faith, then I want to say peace and blessings to all of you. So as you can see, this video title is called Get Ready to Be Uncomfortable. Why is that? Because there's a balance. Now, the scriptures say that the Lord's servants are going to be protected in these perilous times to come, because all-out hell, anarchy, martial law, true famine, meaning lack of bread, lack of food, all these things are coming to America. Why? Because it is prophesied in the Bible. So that means it is going to come to pass. But as I mentioned, the scriptures also say that the Lord's prophets are going to be protected, and even that they're going to eat in these times. However, there's a balance to it. You're going to have some brothers that are going to be martyrs. Some brothers are going to be placed in jails and prisons. And some brothers are even going to be brought before different people and beaten, scourged. All these things are going to happen to certain brothers, all for preaching this gospel, all for believing in the names of Yahweh or Yahushai. And that's something that we gladly welcome. Why? Because it's prophecy. We want to go through these things for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai's sake, for his name's sake. Okay? Because all these things, once again, must come to pass in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established. And we have to gird up our loins like men and go hard for this truth. We have to go hard, be strong-minded for this truth. And that's why we stay in these scriptures, because that's ultimately what's going to keep us stable during these perilous times to come. As it is written, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. And where do you get that wisdom and knowledge? You only can get that from Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, which means you have to stay in this word. Continue to open up your sword, continue to read, continue to pray and fast, continue to meet up with the Akim when you can throughout the week, and most importantly, spread this gospel. Go out on the highways and byways if you're not already out there, or make sit downs. You should be doing both, whatever the Spirit has it on you to do. But that's how you're going to be or maintain a stable mind in these times to come. But once again, the point in this video, steered off topic a tiny bit, but the point in this video is that we're coming into a very uncomfortable time. Martial law, anarchy, and some brothers actually getting scourged and beat, casted in prison. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 10. I'm going to start reading at verse 16, and it says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. And what's the relevancy right here? Because a sheep has no offense or defense. No offense or defense. It is completely vulnerable. It says, Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And then it says, verse 17, it says, But beware of men. Why? Because we are still told to be circumspect, and we are still supposed to understand these prophecies. So it says, But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. You see, some brothers are going to get beaten for believing in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, for spreading this ministry, for making these videos, for going out on the highways and byways and offering your body as a living sacrifice. And the spiritual thing in it all is the fact that if we are a part of the elect, and I'm talking about starting with all the men under the GMS banner and those that believe in the same doctrine that may not go under GMS, starting with our elders and apostles of GMS, Great Millstone on down. If we are all a part of the elect, in which we pray and hope that we are, that's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Ultimately, we've been predestined, which means we have no choice but to spread this word. And with that being said, certain brothers are going to get beaten for doing something that we have no control over. That's the spiritual thing in it all. So we have to stay in this Bible, stay in our Bible, stay in our words, in order to understand that these things must come to pass, and to not be caught off guard, not to be dumbfounded when it happens, not to be shook when all of a sudden you get that knock at your door, or when all of a sudden you get that, matter of fact, they're going to bust through your door, not knock on it, or when they just run up on you at your job, or maybe you're out grocery shopping and they run up on you and take you, and the next thing you know, you're in prison, or next thing you know, you're getting beaten, right? So once again, verse 17, it says, "But be aware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak." So we're supposed to just ultimately do what? Have faith. But understand, even though we've been sent forth as sheep, we're supposed to understand that these prophecies will come to pass. And we're living in these times where they're going to come to pass very, very, very soon. Okay? It says, verse 20, "For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and to cause them to be put to death." So you see, you're actually going to have your so-called family members out in this world, so-called friends, or let me just say friends that you had when you were in the world, that are going to deliver you up all because of this word that you're preaching. It's going to be a very uncomfortable time when your name and your face is casted abroad on CNN and Fox News and ABC, and they're calling you a terrorist, and they're showing video clips of you out on the highways and byways screaming at the top of your lungs, chanting down Babylon the Great, talking about how missiles are coming to America, calling the so-called white man the devil. I mean, you're going to be demonized for believing in this truth. And that's all a part of the scriptures, and we have to be prepared for this uncomfortable time. Now, verse 22, it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake." You're going to be hated for preaching this doctrine. "But he that endureth to the end shall be saved." Meaning what? He that holds on to the faith shall be saved. He that doth not deny the Lord shall be saved. Verse 23, it says, "But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Yashar Allah till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they call the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?" So if Yahushua was crucified, if he was demonized, if he was scourged and beaten and made fun of, and ultimately he died, I mean, we don't have to go through that same kind of a crucifixion, but we are spiritually receiving our crucifixion right now, and it's going to get even worse. So now I want to jump over to the book of Isaiah. Let me get Isaiah, and Lord willing, we're going to close out on this. Not making this too long, but going right to the point. Isaiah 24. I got this highlighted, verses 7 through, and maybe 7 through 12, and it reads, verse 7: "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh." Why? Because we're coming into a times in which these 2/3 and these heathen, and of course the Edomites, are going to be completely caught off guard. And when I say the Edomites, I'm not referring to the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts. I'm not talking about them, because they understand the time that we're coming into. You see, they watch our videos, they believe in the prophecy, they know the Bible is real, they know that they are Edomites. The difference is that they believe in their hearts, in their minds, that they can upset prophecy. You see, just like how the Lord put the spirit upon Pharaoh, he hardened his heart to continue to go after the children of Yashar Allah. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai is going to put the spirit upon these Edomites to fulfill his work. You see? So they understand prophecy. They know exactly who they are. But you see, they're truly dealing one-on-one, face-to-face with the spiritual demon, Satan, who has directed them into this all-out anarchy, martial law, all for the purpose of working the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. But they know the truth. Don't get it twisted. But anyway, going back to this, I'm going to read it again and explain it again. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Why? Because once again, 2/3 out of our nation, out of the nation of Israel, you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the heathen, as an example, the Ishmaelites, those are the Arabs, the Moabites, those are the Chinese, so-called, that is, the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese, so on and so forth. And once again, the Edomites, the wicked, meaning the low-level Edomites walking around every single day, they're going to be completely caught off guard. And everything that they thought to be true, everything they thought to be reality, is going to confront them face to face. And when America truly goes into all-out anarchy and there's famine, you can't get to work every day, you can't have your cup of coffee in the morning. That's what's representative of the new wine mourneth. Knowledge, all their knowledge, all this worldly wisdom, more specifically Christianity, it's all going to be naught. It's all going to be vain. You see? That's why it says all the merry-hearted do sigh. We're not merry-hearted right now, but we will be when these prophecies come to pass. Now it says, verse 8, the mirth of Tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. Once again, just a metaphor saying that all knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is gone, and there's going to be no kind of joyfulness, no kind of joy, no kind of joyfulness, no kind of happiness, merry-hearted, nothing in America soon. I mean, we're coming into perilous times. And so the elect, that's why we make these videos, to get the elect, the minds and spirits of the elect in a proper, stable place right now. You see, we're coming into uncomfortable times. Now it says, verse 9, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. They're saying the same thing, all the metaphors saying the same thing. Verse 10 though, it says, the city of confusion is broken. What is that city of confusion? Babylon. Babylon means what? It literally means city of confusion. That's literally what Babylon means. You see? And what is Babylon in the scriptures? That's America. The city of confusion. Matter of fact, we can replace this with America is broken down. Let's look up that word broken down really quickly. Let's get a little bit of Hebrew. It says America is broken down. Broken down. We have the word shabar. Okay. H7665. It says shabar. Shabar for broken down. It says to break in pieces, break in or down, to rend violently, wreck, crash, or quench. But look, when you come down here, it says what? What did I want? Right here, it says to be broken, be maimed, be crippled, be wrecked, to be broken, to be crushed. You see? Let me see if there's anything else. Yep, and that's the point right there. This is just going into the economic collapse that's coming to America. This city is going to be broken down. As you can see, Russia, China, Iran, they've all stated out in the public that they're all getting rid of the US dollar. They're not going to be dealing with the US dollar anymore. Once again, this is all prophecy, because we're understanding that these elites, the Edomites, the elites out of the nation of Edom, are going to roll out their new world order, which means what? Which means the mark of the beast, which truly is the microchip, is going to be made mandatory. That's their new world order, you see? But it's going to be order that they create out of chaos. So once again, an uncomfortable time is coming to America, because that microchip, the mark of the beast, is going to be made mandatory not only over here in America, but all across the whole world. And that's according to biblical prophecy. And that's an uncomfortable time that we're coming into, you see? America's going to be shabar, broken down. So it says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Why? Because during the times of martial law, you have something called man, what is it? Now the word escapes my mind. But it's basically when you have certain cities that are, matter of fact, every city is sectioned off, and you're not allowed quarantine. That's the word, quarantine. And it's when a city is sectioned off, and you're not allowed to leave or enter into a city. Sometimes it's at certain points in the day, but for the most part, ever, you're not able to leave. And plus, when it's all out anarchy out here, you're not going to be allowing your neighbor that you thought was friendly into your house, because that man is going to be hungry. He's going to be hungry, and he's going to want to feed his wife and his 2 kids and that newborn that he just had. So what is he going to do? He's going to go out there on the streets, breaking houses, breaking your nearest gas station, your Safeway, your Walmart, breaking his neighbors' houses, and he's going to do what he has to do in order to get food for him and his family. So it says every house is shut up. You see? So let's get into the Hebrew once again, a little bit more edification. And let's look up this phrase right here, shut up. It says every house is shut up. So you have the word sagar, sa-ga-rat. So that's cigar. And it says what? To shut, to close. To shut, to close, close up, close jointly, shut up. To be shut up, to be shut or closed. That's the point. It says the same exact thing over and over and over again. So the houses of these people, your neighbors, everybody, it's going to be closed until they're dragged out of their houses from these FEMA camps, these FEMA troops that is, dragged into these concentration camps to be placed in there to get the mark of the beast, you see? That's coming to America. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. Why? Because they're going to be seeking the prophets. They're going to be seeking the truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of what's going on and why. It says but it's going to be too late. It says all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, meaning the happiness of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. You see, these are the times that we're coming into. A very, very uncomfortable time in America, and this has not happened yet. So you have to ask yourself, if it hasn't happened yet, right, that means it has to be an end time prophecy. This is going to come to America, and specifically, well, let me say it's going to come to the whole world, but specifically the main prophecies are going to happen over here in Babylon the Great, which is America. So continue to stay in this word, to get your mind right, to continue to walk on eggshells, continue to pray and to fast, because you want to be protected and to have a strong spirit in these times to come. As it is written, your flesh profiteth nothing, right? So you should be getting your spirit correct with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So I pray that this is edifying to the elect. And once again, I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakodash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and that rule well, and peace and blessings to the elect out of the nation of Israel, whom the Lord is coming back to save in these times. Shalom.